Hello there guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got an update on all the Datamining content. Now keep in mind, again, this is going to be a very spoiler heavy video, so if you do not want any spoilers, I would just peace out if I were you. But if you want to continue, there is a few updates and corrections from my last video, but hell, there has been a lot of more stuff that has been revealed. We've basically got the entire game from start to finish panned out story wise, extra DLCs, we've got the final rewards you'll get for completing the game on different various difficulties and such. So this is going to be one hell of a kick-ass video. If you are looking forward to Resident Evil 7 and you enjoy spoilers, you're going to love this. Keep in mind, all of this information was collaborated by a Neogaf user called Jawmuncher, and I'll link to his thread in the description below. So without any further delay, let's just get right into it. Now, there is something to say about the fact that Wesker might or might not be returning. A bunch of the files that have been found that are recent seem to indicate that the Albert character and the Albert guns might be a different character after all. It looks like Albert might actually be a last name to a new original character, which is really funny for them to be actually using Albert again but not for being Wesker. And you get Albert's handgun in the game, so is this Wesker's handgun from the previous games, or is this going to be Evelyn Albert's guns, a new character completely? I'm unsure how this is going to play out, and to be honest, maybe this is like a clone of Wesker or something like that. So it doesn't completely discount the possibility that he might be returning, but as I said, quite a few of the new strings that go together seem to imply that it's not Wesker. Completing the game on certain difficulties, and I assume because of how the older games work, maybe completing it under a certain duration as well, give you various rewards, and we've got some of them in stone here. We've got Destroy Mr. Everywhere, Time Attack, Birthday, Hard, and TU2. Now, Mr. Everywhere, I have no idea what this could be, to be honest. Time Attack sounds like it could be some form of raid mode again, or it could be just something entirely new, like the single player has time constraints on it. Because they did say that additional modes wouldn't be in the game, and it looks like they are returning as DLC, so I'm unsure where to speculate with this one. You guys can decide on yourself. Birthday, that looks like it's probably going to be a secret chapter that you unlock. There's references to a birthday gun as well, among other things. I would assume, if anything, this is where you play as the little girl for a secret chapter of her birthday, and you probably see some very crazy stuff. Hard is probably Madhouse difficulty because they said that you'd get it straight away if you got a DLC, and otherwise you'd have to complete the game once to get it, and that adds up here. And I have no idea what TU2 is. I thought, is that a monster or something? I just really couldn't make sense of it. The only place I've really ever heard that term is in gaming updates to do with like Title Update 2, but that doesn't really make sense either. We get a bunch of items related to the Albert character, and it definitely looks from here, if you just gloss over and read over, that you're going to kill Albert after achieving a certain amount of damage, and their hand appendage will be interactable. You'll be able to take the gun. Now it seems like the boss fight will probably contain his handgun and shotgun in use, and you get to obtain the handgun at the end to collect it as your own personal reward. Now there is an item list containing what seems to be most of the weapons in the game. I'll go over the most important ones here. I'm not going to go over them individually. There are 15 melee weapons in total. It seems like there are 5 different handguns, there are 4 different shotguns, there's 1 machine gun and 1 magnum only. There's 2 throwable weapons, a radar system, 2 medical items, and a few special weapons such as the hyper blaster, blue blaster, red blaster, and so forth. If you want to check out that entire list, I would just slowly pause on the video and keep going back over it, and you'll be able to see all of the items available. Now remember, there is a lot of items that we know and have confirmed, such as the different types of bullets that aren't in here, so this is actually an implication that a lot of this Datamining content is missing. It's surprising so much has come through, to be honest. We also get information on what the first DLCs are going to be. The first one is going to be an entirely puzzle-based game, so you're going to be going through a new scenario where you've got to figure out puzzles exclusively. It does not seem like there's going to be gunplay in this part, or maybe there is and it's just puzzle-centric. DLC 2 is speculated to be a card game, some kind of card game that ties in with an actual story or apparently some endless mode. However, there's some sort of in-game reward based on your performance that is given to you. DLC 3 is going to be a classical survival mode, one where you survive waves after waves of hordes of enemies. Apparently there's going to be 10 waves and multiple maps to play each wave section on. And DLC 4 is going to be an actual story DLC, where you're actually playing with Lucas, it seems. It will also apparently have 3 separate endings depending on choices you make in the chapter. Now guys, there is a lot more Datamining content than this, but it is literally the entire story step by step. I'm gonna make another separate video on that, as that is super spoiler heavy, and the amount of discussion I'll have to say over it is going to be an entire video's in length. So for now, I hope you enjoyed this. It's a little less spoiler heavy, but there's still some stuff in there. If you did enjoy watching the video, please leave a like and a subscribe, and as always, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Take it easy, and peace.